Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, which is the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related. Please, people, a lot to discuss with Manchester United as always. And on this show in particular, well, at the start, we will be discussing who we think we should sell and obviously getting the thoughts of the people in the comment section as well. I'm sure there'll be questions on who we should buy in regards to the Onana deal, what's going on with that, a striker, another midfielder, plus more. But it is the Friday edition of the show, so I gotta welcome my bro from the West Coast, which is the best coast in the building. Yes, Eddie, what are you telling me first and foremost? You good?
Oh, we solid. It's Friday. Just counting down them minutes on that minute hand, my boy. Finna get up out of here.
Love that.
I got the Burner Boy playlist loaded as we speak.
So Eddie's ready. Always good talking to you on a Friday, and you're always in great spirits, especially because, like you said, your working week is coming to a close as well. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you bump up the likes as well. Let's hit that like button. Please share this across all of the socials as well. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Next person I'm going to introduce, special guest, made his full debut on the channel last week Friday on this very show with myself and Eddie. Called into the fan calling shows before. Also been in the comment section, big supporter of the channel. Just started out his own channel, and he's one of them ones who's next up, like I've said before, and I mention it all the time, but for his age, extremely level-headed Manchester United fan, because I see people who are much older than him losing their shit at stuff when it comes to Manchester United, and it's like that topic or something going wrong doesn't need that much energy or that much emotion to attach to it. Also, on top of that, you know what I'm saying, he'd be running bants and running jokes, which is needed here at Sarcasm City TV. So welcome, my like Nero, into the building. Yes, Nero, what are you telling me, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Youngest in charge.
Come
what
on, bro.
Up, though?
Facts. Yeah, man's all good, man. Man's all good.
Good.
Yeah.
Love that, man. Love that. So yeah, people, large up everyone in the chat. Let me see what you lot saying in the comment section. And of course, if you do indeed super chat,
people,
love the chat every single time. And of course, if you do indeed super chat, I will get straight to your comment or your questions as well. Stephanie G saying all the M's must go. I didn't even clock that, but that's very savvy, Stephanie. That is very savvy. She's saying Maguire, Martial, McTominay. She's saying they can all go. So we will be discussing that.
I like it.
I love that. I didn't even clock that. Big up to the legend that is out of context. Sarcasm City. You says, yo, flawless. James Redmond cooked to some on Big Six Bands, Jordanian jerk chicken, gang business. Hey, James a different breed in that. Like, if you are going into the arena with James, you better have your facts in deck. You know what I'm saying? Facts, like, on point, because he will cook you 100%. Big up to Warrior J in the cut. Big up Emperor J as well. Jabs here. Very, very, I'd say, very emotional statement. He says,
"Hey, man, I like where he's going, though."
Yeah.
Man said the soul, you know. Man said the soul. We'll get to that. Gaza says, "We got flawless, grafting hard every night. Blessings, much appreciated." As well. Yeah, man. And also, see, there's much more names I could have. The title, I could only put so many names in people. That's why I put all more, because there's so many others. Obviously, I've got Maguire, Sancho, Martial, McTominay, Fred, or more. Who should Manchester United sell? That's excluding, like I said, Dean Henderson, who's been mentioned here. You've got Tellez, you've got Bailly, you've got Elanga. I'm sure the list goes on as well. But we'll start with who just got mentioned at the start, Jadon Sancho. We'll go to you, Eddie, because you're someone who's smoking on this.
What you talking about my dog? What we saying about my dog, man? What we saying about
Jadon Sancho, man? Yo, you go on. Fine, and after you, we'll go to Nero.
Listen. We ain't selling no Jadon Sancho. Y'all got the game fucked up if you think that's what's going down. But you know, hey, brother, after this year, I don't know you. I don't know. Listen, like I said, after this year, if I see 6-2 at the end of this joint, brother, I don't know you. They gonna start asking me, you ever heard of Jaden?
Jaden who?
I don't know Jaden. I don't know Jason. I don't know Jerome. I don't know none of them. So who? That's all I got for you. I got who for you. It's the biggest damn season of his career, bro. We're gonna call it a spade. Because it's one thing what the numbers suggest, but it's one thing what people suggest you are, right? Because that sticks with them. People will forget numbers, but they'll never forget the frustration, the angst they had trying to see you get to a level that they know you can be at. So what you turn into then is, what could have been, or overhyped. That starts being associated with your name. That doesn't leave you until you start doing some out of this world extraordinary stuff. That's a part of your reputation forever. Pepe, for example. You want to be classed with a Pepe? They will class you with Pepe. Arsenal fans are loud enough to make it seem like it's real. That's the thing about Arsenal fans, right? They don't make sense, but they're so loud and they talk so much that it starts to make you think that they actually making sense. They be tricking y'all. So when it comes to Jaden, bro, everything is there. For me personally, everything was there. I watched the preseason game. There's not too much you could take out of the preseason game, but it was just nice to see somebody who could control the ball in the middle of the pitch.
Because he played as the false nine, right? Well,
played as the false nine. And it's not, again, this is right now. This is a preseason game.
Yeah.
But if we gonna really speak on it, brother, where you gonna get these chances? Where are these chances gonna come from for you to really show your talents? Because we understand what the manager wants on that left side. Rashford, Garnacho, brother, that's cooked.
Yes.
Striker position, aka false nine. Could that be it? But do I think that he has the physicality to be battling two center backs? Because that's what you're going to see. That's the window you're going to see. Maybe you get isolated on one, but you're going to have to get past somebody. You're going to have to.
Maybe if he drop, but because as you play as a false nine, you can play that way. You drop off.
You drop off in the midfield.
You're not really going against. Yeah, like, go on. I'm going to give my thoughts on it, but I can see he has the attributes for that to work. It's just if he gets the opportunity, but carry on.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, bring me Pogba, bring me Sancho.
We're going to discuss that as well.
Bring me Joao Felix. You guys going to come on this platform and not proclaim what I
forgot about them too. I forgot about you in the chat.
Going to be here on a Friday and not say what I was going to say in the comments. Bring the sauce to this plain-ass pasta, people. Now, I've been to Holland. I've been to the Netherlands. They got some flavor in their food. They got some, they put some sauce on them fries they eating. We need some sauce, people. Okay? Tryhards are cool. Everybody need to try hard in their life. I need some sauce. Let me close my arteries up real quick. Give me that sauce. Okay? I'll let you, everybody want to work hard. I want to see the flicks. I want to see the ball go over somebody's head. I want to see that, what I'm talking about? I need that in my life. Long story short, Sancho ain't going nowhere if it's me. But hey, brother, after a year, I don't know you. I know who. I don't know you.
You're saying last chance saloon this season. Nero, what are your thoughts on regards to Sancho? Because bear in mind, people, it's two things. Like when I'm asking this question, it's not so much do we think Ten Hag and the club will sell said player? It's more so, would you sell this player given the opportunity? But yeah, go on, Nero. The floor is yours.
Well, would I sell Sancho?
Yeah.
Nah, hell no.
All right, go on. Talk about it.
Absolutely not, man. Like the guy, I just think it's just confidence. That's all it is. I think, when you give a player a chance, you can't play someone once or twice, 2 games in a row, and then they don't play well, and then you take them out of the team. Like obviously, Sancho has been given a lot of chances. Ten Hag managed him more, took him to Holland to do training by himself, took him out the team. So yeah, he has to step up for sure, 100%. But when I look at Sancho, he's just a guy that doesn't. It's like his heart's not in it. It's like his heart's not in it, man. But for me to say sell him, nah, we'll regret that. If we sell him, listen, we're gonna regret that. we will regret that. I'm telling you.
Why do you think we'll regret it if we do indeed tell him?
Because stylistically, he goes to any other team, I'd say, in the league, or even the team abroad, and he's cooking. Because I don't even think it's him, yeah, but it's the pressure that Man United put on players, yeah. And it's like, it's just unfair, because when I look at certain players like Bruno, when they have bad games, no one says, it's like they're immune to criticism. But then when Sancho has a bad game, it's like, yo, like this is not, like, it's not good enough. Of course, yeah, it's not good enough, but I just think that it's like unfair. It's unfair for Sancho. And then what? People like Bruno don't get criticism. So I'd say that's unfair, and I think it's affected his performances. We don't know what happened to him mentally. Like, we've seen Dele Alli come out saying, you know, this happened and this happened. Who knows? Like, something along those lines could have happened to him. We don't know. But for me, next season, I think he just needs to build up that confidence. And I think he'll do well, because no one can doubt his talent. His talent is absolutely there, man. His talent is there. For me, I'd say out of all of our attackers, like, if all of our attackers are fully fit and at their best, I think he's up there with maybe top 2. I don't know who's better than him, in my opinion. Because he's a
good point you're making.
Yeah, he's a good creator. I think, yeah, like, bro, we just need to keep him, man. I just don't want to sell him. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that still. Don't really want to hear that.
So it's more so you're saying him being successful elsewhere, which I do think if he left the Premier League, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, if he went back to the Bundesliga, if you put him in Serie A, if you put him in the Liga, he would be fine. Before I give my full thoughts on this, let's bump up the likes, because there's over 50 of you lot in the building, only at 17 likes, people. Let's get up to 30 likes, people. Come on, man. Like check 1 2 1 2. Let's hit that like button, because you're clearly here enjoying the content. So let's hit that like button. Continue to share this across all of the socials as well. You are active on, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. We are closing in on 7,200. That is the next subscriber milestone. I think we're 5. Yeah, we are 5 short of that. So there's over 50 of you lot in here. So let's go. We're looking for 5 subscribers. Pay the toll when you enter the city of Sarcasm. Pay the tax, people. Like button and subscribe. With Sancho, and I see people in the chat as well, and Nero, you've mentioned it in regards to his technique and his talent, his ability. Eddie talking about he just wants ballers, which we spoke on many a time. I already know Eddie's thought process. He's like,
in the pregame tunnel, I need that ice listening in the camera. You know what I'm talking about? I need the ice. I need the rollies. I need the protects. I need the baby on the boombox. I need it all, man. I need it all.
This guy said this, and in regards, would I actively try and like move on Sancho? No. Mertaz has mentioned a point, and let me get to this as well. Let's see. He says here, 1 second. He said, we have no technical players. As much as Sancho hasn't been good, we can't sell one of our few technical players. I need some vibes and sauce with these dry ass scrubs. And this is my thing with this. We all know Sancho is technically good. We all know there's worse players who should be moved on. But Eddie, you kind of touched on it, and I've spoken on this before. Where is he getting game time to make a mark? He's not. The one place I actually thought last season where he could potentially have played was central as a number 10. Now we signed Mason Mount. It's looking like it's going to be a 6 and 2-8. So even if it's a 6-8 and it's a 10, we know Bruno's going to play. We know Mount's going to play. So forget him starting week in, week out playing central. Eddie mentioned it already. We all know this. You have Rashford, who's going to start from the left. You also have Garnacho. Anthony is Ten Hag signing. He starts from the right. You've also potentially got Diallo. You also have Palestri, who can play over that side as well. But more so, Anthony's there. Now, the striker position, he did play as the false 9. This is the one spot in the team I can see him actually being successful in. And that success is slim to none. And the reason why I say that is because of the style of football we are going with. We are going with high energy, high pressing football. Sancho's a link player. Like we mentioned there, drop off short and link up. Who is he linking up with? Anthony can do it to an extent. That's not Bruno's game. That's not Mount's game.
Listen.
That's not Rashford's game. That's not Garnacho's game either. I'm not saying they're all bad and can't do it to an extent, but that's not the best. That's not getting the best out of those players. But yeah, go on, Eddie.
No, I didn't want to cut you off because I had been talking, so I wanted to let
it's cool.
You do your thing, but that Anthony spot, brother. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like, because you know what's the crazy part is, and we'll get to Anthony as well. I look at Anthony this season, how I looked at the start at Sancho the start of last season.
Okay.
Whereas I need to see more from you, not only in terms of stats, also eye test as well. I look at both stats and I look at eye test. I need more goals and assists from you because of your talent, but I also need you to be impacting games outside of goals and assists. And is it all on Sancho? No, people. Does he have the best system around him? No. Does he have the best players around him? No. But neither does anybody else. And we've seen players have better impact than you. We've seen Rashford have more impact than you. We've seen Garnacho have more impact than you in the exact same environment. And don't get it mistaken, I've said it before, I'll say it again, Sancho's a better player than Garnacho. Without question. If you put their attributes next to each other in terms of footballer, you know who the better footballer is. We know 100%. When it just comes to just natural talent, it's Sancho. Sancho is supremely talented. But I've just had it up to here with players, not just him, where it's just like, all right, you're talented, so we're just waiting and seeing. I'm just done with that. Not just him. We'll get into Joao Felix as well, which me and Eddie are going to speak on. Again, I already spoke on Joao Felix on Thursday's edition. And that's exactly how I look at Joao Felix, not just those two. I'm talking any player. I'm just tired of just waiting on you in terms of talent to come good. Now, could I be wrong? And Sancho does the business as a false nine. Yes. Do we sign a striker? Probably, which then limits him playing up top. But you never know how things work out. And how I look at it is, even with Sancho at his best, the style we are playing does not suit him. Because if Sancho was elsewhere, we would not be saying bring Sancho to the football club. Not because he's not good, even if he was playing extremely well elsewhere, because of how Ten Hag's playing. So, like I said, would I actively try and sell Sancho? No. But if a good offer comes in for him, I'm taking it. Because I don't see him being a success here. I do agree with Nero. I think if he goes outside of the Premier League, in particular, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, I think he does well. You put him in the Spanish league, the Italian league, back in the German league, I think he does fine and he has some form of success. But here in this league, which is the pace and power league, I don't see him succeeding here. And that's not all on him, because what he lacks is not his fault. He's just not that type of player. He's not a direct explosive. He's quick, but he's not explosive. He's not electric with his acceleration. He don't have that burst of pace that, for instance, say a Bernardo Silva has, for example. He's a technically very sound baller. Ball control, first touch, link up, giving goals in the pockets, all well and good. That, but you just don't do enough to warrant a place. And like you said, look at the style and how the manager's going. So I said, if we get a good offer, I would definitely move him on. Someone offered 40, 45 million, I'd take that. Because like Eddie mentioned, like I said, go on, Nero, go on.
That's too small. That's too small, man.
All right, so what fee would you accept for him then? 60?
60, 65.
Bear in mind, we bought him for 70. So you think there's only been a 10 million decrease in his value?
It depends what club in it. I don't see any other club.
Here's like,
I don't see, because honestly, there's no club out of Europe, out of England that could buy him. I think so.
I don't think a club in Europe comes in for him.
Yeah.
I don't think a club in Europe.
It's only a club. You don't think so?
I don't think a club. Who in the Premier League comes and signs him?
If they had the chance?
Yeah, let's talk about it hypothetically. City forget
Chelsea.
About it.
You could say Chelsea.
You reckon Poch goes in for a Sancho?
Yeah.
No, I think City would get him again.
You reckon Pep would go? Yeah, let me go get him.
Because I think Silva's out of there soon enough. I think it's only a matter of time before Bernardo Silva goes elsewhere. I think he could be. I could fit there.
Here's why I don't think he goes City in terms of Bernardo, because Bernardo Silva not only can play out wide, he can also play in the 8. Sancho don't have the mobility of a Bernardo Silva. That's why I mentioned him as an example. That acceleration. Don't get mistaken. Sancho's not mobile. He's just not mobile enough.
I think he can do it for the simple fact that it would be, again, he's going to be in a situation where the ball dictates and the formation dictates a lot of what City get away with. And your pace and power is sprinkled in there, but a lot of what they're doing is ball control. So I think he'll excel in that. And what Pep will do is cover the gaps where, athletically speaking, he might not be up to par, right? Because I don't think KDB has a couple more years left in him. I think KDB is going to be one of those drop-offs where you just look at him one day and it's just not good enough anymore. Yeah. And I think they might be in for a midfielder who can cover the spaces because, again, they're losing Walker, right? Yeah. From the looks of it to
Bayern Munich, it seems. Yeah.
I think, what is it? They're going in for this Grimaldi, brother.
You're talking about they've been linked with Vardio, and then they've been linked with Pavard as the replacement.
Right. So they're always.
But that's more a center. He's looking more as a centre back because Pavard, someone he's a right back. Well, he can play right back, but
he can play right back. But I feel it. So I think Sancho has the. I just think again, my thing with Sancho is I give him a bit more grace because. Ollie signed him. He was working from a fucking the bottom of a hole right there. Like he's already behind the 8 ball. He gets sacked. He gets another manager in Ragnick. Ragnick kind of puts some impetus into what he believes he can be. He talked glowingly about him. Then Ten Hag came. And I think what really screwed up the whole Sancho Ten Hag situation was when Sancho was out. And I remember we talked about how physically imposing and athletic we looked as a team.
Yeah.
Just who we had on the wings. I'm talking about we going down the row. It's like Bissaka, Martinez, Varane, Malacia. Then in midfield, it was only one who was really struggling like that to look in that profile was Eriksen. But like I just said, we had enough legs around Eriksen before he got injured, where he could thrive out there, right? And on the wings, I think it was probably Anthony. Was it Rashford was playing on the left? I don't know who we had playing through the middle when we were winning all those games. It might have been.
Yeah, you know what? I can't lie.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But it wasn't Martial. It wasn't Martial.
No. It was Martial at points, but that was it. It wasn't Martial week.
It wasn't Martial the entire time. This is even before. I think maybe before Weghorst or
because Weghorst wasn't until January. But I
get right. And we had kind of been winning games, and then he comes back and we're winning some more. But defensively, that was where we got our wins, and so. Sancho, this is the only thing I gotta give to Flawless when he speaks on it. It's a fact that he doesn't fit that athletic profile. That's a fact.
And that's it, because even to what Taza says, we have no technical players. You don't need technical players to be successful. You don't. Well, let me change that. You don't need technically players who are exceptional technically.
Yeah.
You just need players who are competent or just okay. As much as people don't like it, we are going the Liverpool route, people. That's what Ten Hag's going.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not. And when you look at their most successful periods, how many technically exceptional ballers were in that side? Firmino, that's it. Salah, no. Mane, no. Trent's another one. So you've got Firmino, you've got the right back in Trent. They're the only two.
And maybe Van Dijk.
Marion, Nero. One thing you got to learn on this channel, Marion gets no love. Marion gets no love on this channel. But if you're getting a respectable man of football, I'll allow it.
I'd say he's competent. I wouldn't say Van Dijk is exception. He's competent, and that's the point that I'm making. Who is in that Liverpool side exceptionally from a technical aspect? Firmino, yes. Trent, yes. That's it. Salah, no. Mane,
obviously,
no.
now
Henderson,
now
no.
it's like
Ronaldo, no. Fabinho, maybe. Van Dijk, no. But I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about during their successful period. Because that's what Ten Hag, as much as some people might not like it, that's the style we are going with. That's what we are emulating. People are talking about technical ballers. He don't want technical ballers. Name the technical ballers we've been linked with. Who? who's when I say technical ballers, I'm saying exceptional, not competent. Who would you say is an exceptional technical baller where you go ball control, first touch, shooting, give and goals? Who is Sancho like that we have been linked with?
Nobody.
Even in midfield, take Eriksen aside, and Eriksen was a free, by the way. And I think he was going to go with that style. And I think Ten Hag has changed his mind during the season. All our players, all our signings are dogged.
The success. Like I said, bro, it was the wins.
You reckon it was the wins?
How many wins did we have in a row? I don't even. It was like
we had some good ones. Yeah.
It was like at least 10 in a row wins playing a particular style. Which he realized. And shout out Dundada because I'm gonna steal it from him. It's not so much our ability to play the ball; it's our ability to stay in position, in the right position, and win the ball back, which is what I see Ten Hag going to. So when people say press, it's keeping that level of positional integrity. That where if I go, somebody else covers me. If I go, somebody else covers me. And you need quick twitch athletes to be able to do that in a split of a second. Stop, explode, get to the point they need to get to. Sancho does not have that level of athleticism. Now, does he have he has average Premier League athleticism, right? Average. But for where we're playing, for where we're going to be playing, to make a difference and to be where we want to be as a club, you need it. You just need it. So if I think it would be better if we had bought Sancho for
he wouldn't sign
Fred price.
Yeah, he wouldn't sign Sancho because Taza says here we were linked with Frankie de Jong, but he didn't want to come. So Ten Hag said, "I'm gonna make Frankie de Jong again with Mano." When did we want Frankie de Jong? Initially,
last year.
Previous. There's been no links. We've made no bids. There's been nothing from any credible sources in regards to it. And out of context, Sarcasm City TV says, when you look at our preseason game, no way we're going to Liverpool style of play flawless. That was Pep style ball yesterday. Also, not with the Gagan pressing as well. That wasn't the full team. So that's why. Like I said, that's the way there's no way you have Mason Mount and Bruno in a midfield and you're trying to play possession-based football.
And he can do that. He can do that with the kids because the kids are still developing.
Yes,
a lot of what I know what he's talking about because when I watched the game, I'm like, damn.
Someone who mentioned that? I think Dap said that in the second half that the youngsters played good football. And yeah, Tazer, I agree. I don't think it's completely like Klopp style. I'm saying it's very similar. Look at the players we are buying. Look at the players we
have. Look at the players we have, people.
Yes.
That's it. Look
and
at
I did that as well. Yes.
He plays this way because that's the best way to get the players that we currently have to.
Yeah.
That's why he's playing this way. If he had it his way, I'm sure he'd be on what we saw from the kids, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't have that right now. What we have is Bruno, Fred, McTominay, Rashford, Anthony maybe. Anthony, to his credit, is probably more of a ball control player. We don't have a striker. And we had De Gea in between the sticks. Like, we can't play any type of, controlling the midfield, controlling the ball type of football because our players wouldn't thrive in that.
Yeah, that adds into it knowing what we've got. And Taza says Flawless is reported that I read we approached Barca for Frankie again, but this time they didn't want to get rid of him unlike the last window. Like I always tell everybody, source. What's the source, Taza? Because I've not seen one credible source state that we've been backing for De Jong. So unless it's a credible source, I bet if I search on Twitter now, there'll be links to us to Frankie De Jong. Absolutely, same way there'll be links to Harry Kane, for example. But what's the sources? I ain't seen no credible source state that. Like I said, and if that's the case, if he was looking at De Jong and you can't get it, why would you not go? Like Eriksen makes sense in terms of from a stylistic standpoint. If you're looking at De Jong and can't get De Jong and you go get Eriksen in terms of what they bring you. Like I said, this is the way he's going. But we're going off point anyway. Back to Sancho because I wanted to get to something someone said as well in regards to it. Hold up. You said Chad 22 Chad says, yeah, 40 million, you're trolling. Sancho gets no respect. Sancho's been here 2 seasons and hasn't had a good season. How has his value not decreased? How much his value has decreased is a conversation. So that's the point that I'm making. So how can man say 40 million is too low? He's been here not all his fault. Fully understand Ollie. Fully understand Ragnick. Or fully understand the system and the players and managers and everything else. However, in that same period, we've seen other attacking players play well. Under Ollie, we've seen Rashford play well. We've seen Martial play well. We've seen Greenwood play well. Bruno, to an extent, play well. We've seen Pogba play well. So it can't all be on when does accounted like self-accountability maintained. And I'm a fan of Sancho, but I'm just calling a spade a spade.
But
because
you know what?
I sat here and said Bruno's value has increased, everyone in the chat would tell me I'm wrong.
Nah, but he got there.
Yeah, people would be like, I'm wrong if I turned around and said Bruno. So how is Sancho's value not decreased?
Now, the only reason...
Well, go on then.
Bro, yeah, sorry to cut you off here. The only reason why I would say Sancho, like, I would like say 60 million is because English, he's young.
Potential.
And he's actually got good potential, and he's actually a good player. He's played first team, he's played for big, like Man United. So that's the only reason why I'd say 60 million. If someone gets him for 40 million, regardless of whether he's played bad or not, I still think that's good business. Because 40 million, if he goes to like Chelsea, he would cook.
Let's use Chelsea. Go on.
He would cook, bro. Mm-hmm. Or even if it's Man City, he would ball out. So, yeah, 40 million. If Mount is going for 60, then I don't think Sancho should go for 40. That's what I'm saying.
And I think that's an anomaly. I hear what you're saying, but with the Mount 60 million, we know that you can always look at certain good signings where players play maybe like us signing Onana for 40 million, for example, is a steal. So then when you're comparing a goalkeeper to that, you could say this goalkeeper could go for that. But I hear you in regards to potential and young, but his value at Manchester United has decreased, and some people just don't like that. Like I said, is it all on him? Let me just clarify. No. But does he take responsibility? Yes, because if he played well and his performances was up and we were talking about selling him, we'd be talking about getting north of the 70 million we paid. And with the Manchester City thing, I think most attacking players that go there would succeed. To me, to go to Manchester City and fail, you know what I'm saying? And that for most players, you have to be my level. Like, I'd go to City and fail because I'm nowhere near the level of a professional footballer. But I think if you take the top 10 attacking players in each position, man, laugh, I'm being deadly serious. I think you have to be my level to go to City and completely fail. I think if you take the top 10 strikers, attacking midfielders in City system, you put the top 10 attacking midfielders from the league in that system, they would succeed to an extent. Like, would Sancho do well there to an extent? Yeah, I agree you would. But yeah, go on. Sorry, Eddie. I cut you.
No. I love it. And I think, it's funny because everything you just said about why Sancho should be looking at himself is part of the reason that a lot of clubs would probably be pushing for him to be $40 million. That's the unfair nature of this. Like, business is business, man. They don't care anything about the particulars, the context. They care about what they can negotiate for themselves. And what's the real context and what the context is to them is two completely different things. What they want to pick and choose to decide whether or not they want to spend on him is two different things. And I'm with you, Nero. I'm gonna be real. Like in everybody's head, I think he's worth the 60, right? But the marketplace and what we got up here is two different things. That's it. Like, we know he's worth 70, but we know what he's produced recently. And so,
all right, let me flip it. Let me flip it on both because we're talking about selling him. He's at Chelsea these past 2 years because that's who Nero brought up as in regards to selling him. I'm putting them same and has had the same performances, same impact. There's the same question marks about him. How much are you willing to pay for him from Chelsea?
What I paid for Mount?
60. So you'd be willing for the 60. Same question to you, Nero.
Okay,
same Sancho, no. Same predicament at Chelsea, and we're now going in for him.
Okay, I think it depends on how the manager can get, like what the manager can get.
Yeah, but that's another thing too. You got to put into it, like
let's put that into perspective because that's
the manager's not buying him. But we're not. If we're playing like this, we're not buying him.
But I'm only saying. I'm only saying 60 million to sell because I want as much money for an asset as we can get.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so if he was playing like this at Chelsea, depending on what the manager wants to do, 50 million, I'd still think that's reasonable. I think so.
That's fair
For Sancho. 50 million. So in between what you said and in between what I said. Basically, yeah.
Because it's again, and here's the thing that I always stress about what people are paying in this market, in this football market. It's not an accurate description of what the player can actually provide. It's not. Because again, Kai Havertz going for $65 million. There's no way, any way possible that you can get you'll give $65 million up for that, unless the market dictates that he's a young Champions League winning striker, and we need help in that category. That's what they're getting at, right? I know they understand they're going to try and put him in the midfield, but we understand that's not where he's supposed to be.
That's wild.
It's wild that they think they can get away with it, but hey, as long as they do terribly this season, I could care less, right?
Facts.
With Sancho, again, there's a couple of things working in his favor, right? English international has shown at some level, he's shown Champions League, Bundesliga, that he can be a dynamic player. So it might be one of those situations where we have an egotistical manager like Arteta who says, okay, I'm not them. I can get him to be the person that we all believe he can be, right? And like we've said, it could just come down to fit. And a lot of people don't understand when it comes to professional sports, first thing for the success of players is availability. The second thing is fit. If you're in a team that doesn't suit your playing style, doesn't suit your strength, and you go there and you don't play well, that's on you.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, if I was Sancho, I would have never came to United in the first place, because
that's where, yes, that's a whole different conversation.
But it's one that we got to have, because you look at it and it's like, when you came to us, what did we show you to make you think that we could be where you
money, bro?
Your career, and if it's just the money, it is what it is.
It is what it is,
right? Oh, it has to be. Look at it, like Flawless, bro. Where were we when we signed this brother? He was playing with Holland. He had everything.
He was doing this thing in the Bundesliga, because we signed in the year we signed Varane, right? It was the same season.
Same season we signed Varane.
I should say.
Yeah, we were second, and but we know we were like 35 points behind City at that point. So I can't, just long story short with him, you're on the clock. I don't want you to be on the clock. I'm sure nobody here wants us to be on the clock.
Of course not.
We all wish that the guy that we thought we were getting would show up, but
yes,
at this point, we're getting to a no nonsense situation with this club. All of us, like, this idea of us just being a cup team ain't sitting well with anybody.
No.
So, like, if you got to go for us to get better, or us to get somebody who's of higher quality, then you got to go. We not here to play these favorites no more.
That's where I'm at with it. I'm tired, man. I'm up to here with, and it's not just him. I don't think
exactly.
Again, people and Tutu chat, I want to know where you think the disrespect from Sancho came from, because it's not. It's just like your values decreased. I don't think you're going to be successful here. That doesn't mean I think he's a terrible player. Just here is not for you. Moving on.
You gotta people in the chat. You gotta listen to the words that he's saying before y'all respond. He said, "I don't think you can be successful here."
Yeah. No, I don't. Like, that's just what it is, and I'm just tired of like players like, and someone mentioned it, like not being adaptable. Like Taza said here, which he's not wrong when he mentions where is it? Let me go. Hold up. All right, 1 second. I want to get to this because he says, Flawless, the one thing with Sancho is he needs to overlap and fullback on the wing and players higher up the field. With David De Gea, we couldn't play a higher line. With Onana, our players will be higher up. This is all true. Like, I'm not even disputing what you're saying wrong here. But I'm tired of non-adaptable players who can only succeed in with everything around them being perfect. We don't have the perfect setup because, like I said, we watch Rashford this season put in a shift and get production. We watch Garnacho do the same. So if Rashford and Garnacho can do it, you can do it. We still don't have an overlapping fullback now. We have the same fullbacks. So whether he's playing on the right and is Wan-Bissaka, Delo can do it to an extent. Malacia can do it. Shaw, not really. So what are we and players higher up the field with this? And who are the players he's linking up with? Mount and Bruno. Rashford. Link-up play is not their strength. This is why I'm just tired of non-adaptable players. And if this is there and we have a better fullback and a better central midfielder in this system, just perform.
Hey, flawless.
Go on.
You remember Smokey came back to his mom with that money in hand talking about this ain't enough? What'd she say?
She said, make it enough.
Thank you. Yeah. We not here, bro. We like
Like, and that's it. And Taza said it there. Yeah, he's a luxury player, and we're not at a stage to accommodate a luxury player, and that's it. It's not a shot at Sancho. I'm just thinking it's wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, go on, Nero. Go on. Last point.
Yeah, no.
Go on.
I was gonna say, like Man United, we just need guys that are gonna come in and just do it. Like we don't have time to wait. So with someone like Sancho, we've tried to do it. We've tried to wait for these guys to develop. But that's just not Man United, man. It isn't, man. It isn't. We're getting linked to Højlund. Like, yeah, Højlund could do well, but I don't see that as a Man United signing. Let's be real. Like, I don't look at Højlund and I don't think Man United would commit to letting him even fail the first year before they say, oh, he plays like Weghorst. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're not built like that, man. We're not yet. Like you said, you would have to be your level to play for Man City. And that's a testament to their system.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a testament to how strong their system is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can fit in their system. And like, that's why, like, what Pep's getting linked to, what Pavard.
Yeah.
I don't really rate Pavard like that, but listen, if he's playing for Pep, then he must be good. He must. If Pep sees something in him, then like even Calvin Phillips, who knows? Like he could be Gundogan's replacement. We just don't know. We just genuinely don't know, man. That's where I see it, man.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear exactly what you're saying. Now over 75 of you lot in the building. Let's bump up the likes though. Only at 32 likes. Like check 1212. Get us up to 50 likes, people. Get us up to 50 likes and subscribe to the channel as well. We are closing in on 7,200 subscribers. I'm just refreshing to see. Make sure you subscribe to Nero's channel as well. Nero knows football.
Big up,
the
man.
link's in the title, people. The link is in the title. You click the link in the title right now. We will open up a new tab. Subscribe to Nero's channel. You know what I'm saying? He just started out, so you know you're gonna get great content on there. You'll see him on here as well. So one of the mods, please drop the link for his channel in the chat, please. But the link's in the title anyway. So go subscribe. And we're at 7,199. One more sub. Get us to 7,200 people. And let's bump up these likes as well, because we've been slow on the like check. It was like this on the Q&A earlier, and on this show, only 32 likes, 50 likes, people.
Oh, y'all can do better. Y'all gotta show up, man. Let's not do that, people.
Let's bump up the likes, man. Let's do that. And Kai, big up Kai Fleming, who says facts. We're not built like that yet. We need to have some patience. Big up Flawless. And that's where I'm at with it in regards to Sancho. It's like, that's why I'm just like Eddie saying, yo, he's got this season. I'm not even defending you like this season.
And this is people. Don't think this is, as Fonsa said, this is not just Sancho. Let me tell you something. Let Rashford fuck around this season. Let Bruno fuck around this season.
Facts.
Let all the people not named Casemiro, Lissandro, Varane fuck around this season. You'll find out about what I really feel about some of them bums. I flipped on De Gea. I flipped on De Gea like I was coming off the springboard, my boy. It was nothing. It was light. It was light. I'm telling you right now. And Bruno, brother, I'm watching. Brother, I am watching.
I don't think Bruno has long left.
Like you said, some of y'all ain't consistent with it. Not me, my friend. I was holding Bruno out campaigns during the season. Don't play with me. Don't do it.
He was. Speaking of that, Nero, you just said you think Bruno doesn't have long left. Go on, we'll go there first before we go to the next player. Why don't you think he has long left? Because it seems he might be captain. Ten Hag does like him, but what? Go on, thoughts?
You know why? Because to move him further down the pitch, to move him deeper, obviously, that's where I'd say he fits in the team better. But next year, I feel like he's just gonna be all right. Don't think he's gonna be excellent. I don't think he's gonna be bad, but just think he's gonna be meh. But I feel like with him there, now that he's changed positions, we have gears to go. So it allows us to go bring in another player. And who knows, if we bring in Amrabat, he would suit that deeper role better than Bruno, in my opinion. Stylistically, I just think he would do well, because the way I see Bruno is like we are just trying to put him on the pitch. If he don't fit, don't put him there. Like if he doesn't fit what you're trying to do, don't put him there. Because he's a big fan, like big name, whatever. So when the Qataris come in, Ten Hag needs to act correctly, because like we all know, money's not going to be a problem. So you need to go and get these players. If you don't like Bruno, make it abundantly clear. And the reason why I thought he didn't like Bruno is because of the way he puts him in like different positions. Like, man will play him right wing, left wing, in the 10, in the 6, in the 8. He was trying him everywhere, like moving like Havertz, innit? So, bruv. Man trying to play him in every single position, bro.
You got a point still. Massive moving like Havertz. That's a brilliant analogy. That's a brilliant analogy.
Like I
that's
said,
what it is, bro.
Youngest in charge. I like his style, man. I can't have said it better myself. There you go, D-Ro.
You know what I'm saying? And the way man explained it, because if he would have just came out and said Bruno's like Havertz, it wouldn't have made sense. But the way you broke it down and then said moving him around like Havertz, it made sense. Because we've seen Chelsea do that, and we've seen Arsenal already struggle with that game 1 of pre-season. But that being said, we'll stay with you, Nero. Martial.
Okay.
Thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Play, you'd sell, keep. Thoughts. I say, hey, this how you know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just got a house for no reason, man. You know what I'm saying? You just moved in. You know what I'm saying? This is Sarcasm City, fam. You already know.
Cool. You see, Martial. Oh, this is painful, man. This is painful. My stocks. Like I don't wanna do this. Listen, where's he like who's gonna buy him? I don't damn. Listen.
Forget who's going to buy him, Nero. Let's just say hypothetically there is buyers for him. So whether it's in, for example, say we'll use Europe, say there's clubs in Europe, say there's France, say there's Spain, and let's say Saudi. But yeah, go on. Would you if there was active buyers for him and you're in charge, would you sell him?
I would sell him if it meant that we're going to use the money to go and better our squad. If we're selling him and we're not bringing in players that are not good enough, if we're selling him and we're not bringing in proper players, what's the point? What's the point of selling him? Because I still think, even though, like he isn't the same player, he's dribbling, he's lost probably a yard of pace. I still think, we're talking about the false 9 role. Sancho could play in the false 9 role. What did Liverpool have in there as like their attack? They had two finishers in Salah and Mane. Then they had the false 9. They had Firmino as that pivot. We could get Joao Felix to play that role, and you don't really need.
Wait, which role? The false 9 role.
Yeah. If Ten Hag wants,
we're gonna get your thoughts and Eddie's thoughts on Joao Felix after this. But go on, carry on, because it ties in because it's him and Martial we're talking about. But carry on.
Yeah, like I think Martial could play that role if he stays fit, but I think we should still use him as a third choice. Like just demote him into maybe the third choice or second choice, but definitely not as a main. Someone that we can't rely on. Like third, I'm happy with that. I still think he has something, man. Like I can't let it go. I really can't. But yeah, if a good offer comes in, I think we have to take it. But
so you actively try and sell him. And people, when I'm asking these questions, this is more so. This is not on Manchester, like we're saying hypothetically, there's clubs in for said player, and secondly, like the money would be reimbursed in the squad and reinvested in the squad, I should say, to go and get better. For example, we're just using that hypothetically. Eddie, your thoughts, Martial?
Let me talk to young brother Nero. Brother Nero, listen, man. So, hey man, ain't no more fight. Hey man. It's like you remember you seen. Speaking of the submarine, the Titanic. You remember when the old girl let Buddy drown just like that? Let that Buddy drown, dog. Let him drown. Don't go in there with him. Don't go in there with him. Gonna freeze your ass off too. Don't do that. You bad in this, man. Let me tell you. As a platinum X, let me say X platinum card carrying member of Marshall FC. I had the black gloves on during the game and everything, dog. I'm telling you right now. He got to go. He got to go. He got to go. I said, let him go to China. Let him go to Saudi. I don't want him to go to France because they're going to whoop his ass like he stole something. All them center backs kicking the hell out of him. Man, listen, it ain't going to happen, Captain. That's not going to be it. Can't go to Spain. It's all they seen how I do with my dog Vinicius, and he doing well. You imagine what Martial finna go through. I prefer not to speak once I'm in big trouble. Shout out my La Liga fans. Listen, man. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been cute. You got to go, man. He got to go, dog. It's the saddest thing was just seeing how his body has reacted to all the injuries.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't even look the same anymore. Yeah.
Not the same. Because the thing with Martial that made him so unique was he had that burst, he had that technical ability in tight spaces, and he had a creative way of finishing. That's what drew me to Martial, right? His feet, movement, everything you'd want in a striker, you'd think you'd get in him, but the one thing you actually want in a striker is availability. That's what you really want. And we giving him so many chances, bro. We giving him so many chances to prove us right. Just hasn't. I think he had that one season where nobody was in the stands and he had like 20 plus goals or something like that.
He balled out that season. He did.
Yeah, he balled out.
He balled out that season.
But what are we talking about? Same thing we talking about with Rashford. We need consistency.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, our attack has been the reason that we've lost a lot of games, in my opinion. Especially this season, like that Brighton game towards the end of the season. Gee, just a joke. They got these people, and that's always what I hate. When you let bums celebrate like they won a title, and it's match week, 36, 35? It wasn't even that deep.
Oh, you're talking about the game we lost to, not the semi-final, the Premier League game.
Listen, we lost 1-0 to Brighton, homie. Like, Brighton. It's just, he's a part of that. He's a part of that. He got put on the pitch. And even when he's on the pitch, we can't play him for more than 45 minutes. Hey, and I got a funny story, dog. So you know me and my sauce ball is on FIFA. If you would have seen my team on FIFA, you could only imagine, right?
Yeah, no, just hella technical ballers and that. Hella technical ballers. That's all that is. Throughout the side, yo. Forget everything. Forget everything else. Forget pace. Forget power, aerial ability. Nah.
So
ability.
What game mode though?
I get Pogba on my team, right? Brother, this dude just stays in yellow. I ain't never seen Pogba being like fitness level like 98. Nah, bro, it's just right in yellow.
Oh, he doesn't go up. Oh, right.
It don't go up at all. I done sat this brother for 3 days. I let him relax, all of that. Still like 70. Like,
wait, what are you talking about? Career mode? Or
career mode.
Okay.
I suck at y'all ain't gonna run me for my bread on that ultimate team shit. Hell no, y'all ain't gonna get me like that. Nah.
You play FIFA, Nero?
Nah, not anymore.
Oh, see, you don't. Oh, see, what console was you on though? I know you played. I know you used the game at least.
Yeah, I played clubs because I played Ultimate Team. I just stopped, man. I don't care for FIFA. Waste of time.
Yeah. Well, if you start running clubs again, let me know because obviously
they need a center back. They need a center back. Yeah, that's
I play anyway.
Right, it was the Brighton away. It was Brighton away.
Brighton away, yeah. I hear you. Brighton away in the Premier League when we lost 1-0. The Luke Shaw handball.
Yeah. It was ugly. Would I take? Oh man, y'all, Jason, you asking some crazy. I ain't gonna deal with that.
Crazy. And just to get to this, Vafa, big up. But you are new here because I've seen your name in the chat before. It says big up people. Eddie, come on more often, please.
Oh man,
your shows are very good.
I'm around.
Appreciate the kind words. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a great talent scout, number one. Number two, Eddie's here every Friday, people. Every Friday, 10:30 p.m. You catch Eddie here every Friday. You'll catch him on Q&As. You'll catch him on watch-alongs when the season starts back from time to time. But every Friday, you'll see him here on the show. And then even
pull up, man.
Every Friday, man.
Do I think Martial can handle the Bundesliga? Brothers, we listen.
Maybe.
Hell no. You ever
but them highlights.
Hey, Nero, you ever seen shredded pork or shredded beef? Like, I just pull it apart and falls apart. That's that brother's hamstrings. That brother got pulled pork for hamstrings. He don't got ain't no flex working them things. Bombed out and depleted. That's what his hamstrings look like right now. Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. In regards to
I'm gonna tap out real quick just to get my shit so I can be on my way, but I'm gonna come right back in.
Yeah, no stress, fam. Do your thing. We'll keep the show rolling. It's all good. Eddie will be back shortly. In regards to Martial, not good enough, man. Time to move him on. Not good enough. If we can get a fee for him, cool. Shift him on. That's what it is. We'll wait for the Joao Felix thing because obviously I want to hear Eddie's thoughts on that. I want to hear your thoughts on that, Nero. But we'll go next. I know which this going to be jokes hearing your response to this. Harry Maguire.
Listen, I don't even drive, but I'll drive him. I'll find a way. I'll drive him to anywhere he wants to go. Just get him out of here. Get this guy out of here, bro. I just don't even want him. Even if he doesn't play here, I just don't want him anywhere near the first team. I don't even want him to train with any of our ballers, bro. Like he would poison our players, bro.
You think he's just that bad?
I think he's trash. I think he's trash, man. Maybe he could be dealing with mental issues. Who knows? Yeah. And if he is, that's bad. That's peak, innit? But bro, as a player, he has never ever shown to me that I should trust him. He's never ever shown to me that I should give him time. He's never shown to me I should give him respect, bro. Like with Dele Alli, I could say a big team could come in for him because if you unlock the talent that he had, I know he has, then it's worth it. What does Harry Maguire have? What's his qualities? I remember, before Ten Hag came in, people are like, oh, yeah, Ten Hag he's gonna like Maguire, he's gonna like him, he's a ball playing centre back. Maguire is not a ball playing centre back. Every time, when I watch him, what annoys me is that he thinks he can play on the ball. Takes too long, too many touches. Takes way too many touches. Just gives the ball to the other team. He's trash. I don't know what team he goes to and improves them. I don't know.
Yes.
What? Bournemouth? I don't think they even need him. Bournemouth don't need him. Luton. I always say Luton because.
Yeah, you always mention Luton for Maguire. You've been trying to shop Maguire to Luton for a minute, but carry on.
Yeah, Luton, man. I'm sure they need a new centre back with Prem experience. So send him there, man. Because I'm just tired of this guy. All these mistakes. Nah. I ain't with it.
Yeah. With it, I pretty much echo what you're saying in regards to it's not gonna work out here. Time to move him on. Doesn't fit what we're trying to do. We're trying to play a higher line. It's not with it. For Maguire to succeed, he needs to go somewhere where it's a deeper line the team's playing and they're not really trying to play out from the back. And he just needs to tackle and defend from an aerial standpoint. But not good enough. Moved on. Yeah, I hear him I see the picture that he's working with Ricardo Carvalho, for those that don't know, top centre-back who played for Chelsea. I'm all for you trying to improve your game. That's all well and good. I'm not even mad at that. Try and improve your game. That's actually eye-opening in regards to that's some self-assessment from him there. He's actually being self-aware, because one thing I've been critical about him for is his comments that he's made in the past. That everything is everybody else's fault. Oh, don't get mistaken. It don't change anything. He still needs to be moved, but I still respect the fact that he's trying to improve his game. And like I've said before, and I'll say again, it's not on Harry Maguire to make sure Harry Maguire is sold by Manchester United Football Club. So Manchester United Football Club to make sure Harry Maguire is indeed sold. Whether that's us paying out his contract or whether it's someone us taking, well, it's going to be a cut price anyway, but us taking 5 million for him, 10 million for him, 15 million for him, whatever the offer may be, needs to be moved on. Not good enough. But if he does indeed stay, he plays, he's what's it called? He's 5th choice centre back. And we've been linked with another centre back. There was Kim Min-jae initially. There's Diassi. There's someone else I can't remember off the top of my head. But let's say we do sign another centre back, which looks like we are actively trying to do. Then he'd be 6th choice. You're behind Martinez. You're behind Shaw. You're behind Varane. You're behind Lindelof. You're behind the new striker. So we barely gonna see you. You know what I'm saying? We barely gonna see you, which I'm all well and good with. Yeah, go on, Nero.
Nah, you see, even with what the Carvalho thing, like. I don't take anything from that. Like, what? Okay, cool. Yeah. You're training with him. He's not gonna give you any of his qualities. He's not gonna give you none of that, bro. Bro, like, man said Carvalho, bro. Allow that.
It's more so advice. That's what I think he's
looking for. Well, like, we've seen boxers train with like great boxers and they still get knocked out.
Yeah, I hear you. But where I respect it is from the aspect of trying to do better, because Carvalho might give you a small piece, might give him a piece of advice that he then later uses, not in terms of like from a technical aspect, but it might be physical, might be positioning, it might be a mental attribute. All right, do this. Like, for instance, when you come up against a striker that does this, do this, for example. Like I said, something is position your body like this and not like this, for example. But is he good enough? No. It's time to move him on as well. Big up Solomon in the chat. He says, my guy Nero. Good to see so many new people in the chat as well as the regulars as well. And Courtney, that's what it is. Yeah, that's true, Flawless. If Maguire's staying, he's 5th in line. He definitely needs to find Sheffield United again. That's why, even if he stays, even though I don't want him to stay, if he does, he's not playing anyway. We barely seen him last season. I don't think all season long he started 3 games in a row. I don't believe so. And that's forgetting us potentially signing a new centre-back, which I hope we indeed do. We have hit 40 likes. Big up to you lot. Still over 65 in here. Let's get up to 50 likes, people. Let's get up to 50 likes. Hit that subscribe button as well. Get us to 7,200. We are one short, people. We've hit 7,200. So salute to you lot. Now get us to 7,205. Looking for 5 more subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, people. Next one, which should be fairly easy as well. McTominay, Nero.
Yeah, just shifting, man. But I'd say I don't think we can sell these players. I think it's more so a swap deal.
Go on. Like, why'd you say that?
We need to be able to flex the way like we approach deals. Like if we go to a team like Everton, like I said before, and we go and offer them Maguire and Onana, their midfielder. Like, I don't see why Everton wouldn't accept that.
Maybe
if we give them 10 million plus a centre back who is I don't know how much is he worth on the transfer market or whatever, but it makes sense. Like, I think Sean Dyche would actually take Maguire as well. He fits the mold of what he's trying to do. I know Everton fans are not really with it, but like, yeah, I would do that because I don't see any club going in for him. Even McTominay, I'd say, okay, McTominay, we have more chance of selling him because I'm not sure if he's on high wages. Who else is in the title? Fred. Yeah, I think we can get rid of Fred.
Go, Fred.
Yeah, I think we can get rid of Fred. Even though, like, Fred has actually been a good player. Like, I think his time at Man United's been all right. Like, I wouldn't say he's been trash. Like, he's had bad games, for sure. Yes. He's had some bad games. But what I like about Fred, what I like about him, he doesn't hide. Like, he knows he's having a bad game, but he always wants to get on the ball. He's not scared of, like, you know what I'm saying? And he does a good job of locking down the Mavericks of the other team. Like, He's done it to De Bruyne twice this season. Locked him up. Have you seen when, bro, De Bruyne was scratching his head? He tried flip-flapping him as well. Like, he was stuck. He was stuck, man. So, listen, Fred, yeah, I think cashing. I heard 25 million or something or something.
Yes, because he's been linked to Fulham. There was another Premier League club. He's also been linked to Saudi Arabia as well. Apparently, the Fulham bid was made, but we rejected it because it was too low. But the amount wasn't revealed in regards to how much it was. But I'm all for moving on. Fred, you said there, we know what he's good at, what he's not good at. Time to move him on. Him, McTominay, Maguire, time to move them on. 110%. I put Sancho and Martial in that bracket as well. Like, not good enough here for where we're trying to go to. Had it up to here, time to move them on. Also been linked to Elanga as well. In regards to that, Elanga, there's been a bid for him. Thoughts on that? It was supposedly in between 15 and 20 million from Everton and Nottingham Forest. I reported
that's
interested in him as well.
Then we need to make a bidding war. We need to make them pay as much as they can, because that's amazing. If we can sell him, that's amazing. I don't care if he scores any goals. I do not care. Just get Elanga out, man.
What does it sound? I'm sounding good. I sound good.
Yeah. Confirm. That's all well and good. We can hear you clearly. Okay. It's all
good. Cool.
Yeah, like Elanga. Yeah, 20 million for him. That's cool. I'm all with that. I think we need to sell him and just use that to better the squad, because there's no point of just selling these players and then having the money there. Like, we need to spend it, man. We need to spend it. So yeah, I'll take that.
Fairs. Eddie, what are you saying in regards to we'll see, because it's the Elanga topic anyway. 15 to 20 million is the reported fee offered by Everton and Nottingham Forest, also reportedly interested in him as well. Time to move him on.
What do you mean is it time to move? He never should have been there in the first place. Yeah, I got you. You got me?
This guy, Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, he never should have been there in the first place, man. What you mean is it time to go? It's been time. It was time way before the time even started. They said 15 to 20. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great deal to me.
That's it.
A great deal.
That's it.
For sure.
It's a great deal. It really is.
That's it. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that, bro. Like, man. Yeah, man.
You see with that? Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, because Rangnick took a player who, bro, like, we knew wasn't gonna do anything, and 20 million? That's crazy. That's mad
brilliant business. I think it's brilliant.
That's amazing. That's amazing, because let's be real. I don't think he'll do anything if he leaves Man United. He'll just be one of those players, and obviously playing for Man United gives you that certain level of attraction to other teams. So we could have done the same thing with Iqbal.
Right.
It is what it is, man.
It's game time. That's one thing that game time has done, because
let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth.
Go on, fam. Go on.
Let's tell the truth.
Yeah.
He one of them players that's been living a dream.
Yeah.
He been living a dream.
Happy to be here, Tax.
Listen, happy to be here, Tax, brother. You scored a Champions League goal for us.
You did?
That's it. You living the dream.
You did? Champions League knockout goal.
Now the dream is over. We understand who you are. Don't fight it, dog. Pause. That sounds crazy. Don't fight. Just go on.
I like his attitude. I like it.
Yeah. He's a good kid. I can tell.
It looks like a good, he don't cause no problems. I like that. If he comes back into the team, he's just willing to do a job, and I'm okay with that. But nah, not for Man United. Go do a job for Luton.
Yeah.
Go to. I want everyone to just go Luton, man. Send them down.
I know, just trying to sell everyone. A Luton fan go pop up yo, why are you trying to sell all your trash to us? We all your cast-offs we are Saudi Arabian club or something like that. This guy sending everyone to Luton.
Hey, they don't need to give, at this rate, dog, they need to give Saudi a Champions League spot. I want to see it.
You want to see all them ballers we saw who got sold over
Yeah,
there. And see how they do with the
let
champ.
me see. Let's see what y'all talking about, man.
Money talks, man.
Y'all
Money
splashing
talks.
the cash. Let me see what y'all talking about for real.
Money talks. 100% money, definitely. Money talks, man. It does. To the business who says 20 million is a ripoff. Man's international with 12 caps got to be at least 30 million in today's market. Absolutely not. 20 million for Elanga is a steal. He's not worth 20 million. Let's cut the shit. He's not worth 20 million. Man. So if we get 50, he's not worth 15. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real in terms of talent. He's worth 10 million. Forget him having caps for Sweden. Forget him playing for us. He's not a good player. Because if we were signing Elanga, we would not be paying 30 million for him. Yeah, like 15, 20 million is brilliant business. I couldn't believe it when I seen that number. I was shocked. Yeah, go on there.
Level. He's on Chong's level. Like, that's how I see Elanga. Maybe Elanga's a little bit better, but he's on that level where it's just like, yeah, he played for Man United, but at least with Elanga, he actually played more games and everything. But yeah, man, just cash in. Just cash in.
That's brilliant.
Too many people scored goals with him in FIFA. That's what it sounds like. That's honestly what it sounds like to me. Like, y'all had a hat trick with Elanga in a goddamn FA Cup match, and that's what taught y'all. Yeah, this Elanga brother special.
And he's
special.
What I'm saying, this Elanga, like, come on, man.
Every time I hear somebody say a number like that, I just always get put back on James Madison cost $40 million.
Exactly.
4 M's for Madders, you know. For Madders.
Bargain. That is a bargain. Absolute bargain.
Madders. Fuck's sake. But we move. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Elanga, 15, 20 million, that's calm. We mentioned Eddie while she was gone in terms of it seems he's going to get moved on. Fulham. So reportedly, we rejected a bid. Fulham, he's going to be under either Fulham or interim clubs from Saudi as well. There's another Premier League club, I can't remember off the top of my head who that is as well. McTominay, we spoke on while he was gone. I know you got McTominay gone as well.
Yeah.
All right, Man United made 1 million from Chong going to Luton, 25% sellout clause. Hey, salute to United, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice little million, man. Some extra money.
Yeah, they should give that to me for supporting this club.
What's for supporting what? Birmingham or Luton?
Nah, I'm saying they should give that to me for supporting Man United, bro. break the bread, man. Break the bread with us,
break
bro.
Bread, facts. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. Break bread. Without doubt, break bread. Now, I hear exactly what you're saying, Young G. I hear that. And Eddie, we'll go to you next. Obviously, something I discussed yesterday. It was a rumor. Nothing. It's not been from any credible source, but Joao Felix, Eddie. Thoughts? Joao Felix, I don't know. Talk about it.
Hey, first off, we're not Chelsea. We're not Chelsea. So allow us to show Joao Felix what it truly means to be in a top tier, top notch Premier League side like Manchester United. We're not going to have you looking crazy in 12th place, ruin your reputation as one of the sauciest. Let me say this again, people, that way you understand what I'm saying. One of the sauciest players I've ever seen recently. I'm telling you. The way the brother moves on the pitch, it's like ballet. It's like them Russian ballet. It's like some Black Widow stuff. You remember they had all the ballerinas in the Black Widow movie, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Same
I know
business.
what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I'm just thinking, I know what you're talking. This guy's a dick. This guy, man just referenced Black Widow, you know. I was thinking, where's Eddie going with this? And then I remember the scene. I do remember the scene. Yeah. I remember the scene. Yeah. I remember the scene. Yo, she's so long as well. Side note.
Hey, talk about it. Yeah. Let me get back on focus. Let me get back.
Yeah.
We must stay focused, brother. We must stay focused. So now, I would like him, of course. But now let's be grown about this. We just signed Bruno. Not Bruno. Yeah, technically we just signed Bruno. So same shit.
You did just sign Bruno, technically.
But yeah, we signed. Yeah, technically. So we have Mount, we have Bruno. You see the type of player he's going for. When I heard the links, I couldn't believe him. I'm sorry, I couldn't believe him because I understand, like, we Vamos FC people. We really here to wreck shit up. Like we not playing that kind of football. Like we got linked to Amrabat, and that made sense. Because if you watch Morocco and what they did in that tournament, that their MO was, there's no airspace for you to even think about being creative. Everywhere you turn, you're gonna see one of us there. So for me, I'd love it, but do I want it to be the same thing like Flawless? I don't like Flawless be saying these things about my saucy bars, and I don't like to agree with him because they so goddamn saucy, but he right. Where it's like, hey man, I don't need no sauce when I got 5 homies and we trying to start a bar fight. Don't be the pretty motherfucker in the bar fight. We don't need that right now. We need you scrapping, dog. We need somebody getting slapped up and you out here making sure your kicks look right. Like making sure, the collar's up. Like, no, we're not here for that. We're here for a bar fight. So would I enjoy it? Absolutely. Would it be my dream sign? Absolutely. Will I go on FIFA and sign him in about 30 minutes because I forgot to do that last night? Absolutely. But it's not going. It's people. It's not for us. It's not for us. Like, yeah, dog. We getting Rough Riders. We're not playing. We're really not trying to play that football. Like, you can play that football with some Rough Riders because again, case in point, Casemiro. We know Casemiro is here to fuck somebody up, but Casemiro can also give you a bicycle kick over the head.
He still has technique to an extent. He can do things on the ball.
To an extent. Yeah, so unless we do a complete 180, which I don't see, right? He's not going to be here and be a player coming off the bench. You don't put Joao Felix on the bench. It just does not make sense from where we've been working towards to go out and spend the amount of money that it's going to take to get him. Like, if I'm spending that much money, it's like when people said Mount wasn't going to start. You spent $60 million to put him on the bench? No. So, unfortunately, in my world, it's, it is what it is, man. I just got a brother can dream, but that's about all a brother can do in this situation. He ain't pulling up to the theater. But yeah, I love the player, man. I love when he came on against Chelsea.
You mean against us?
Against us.
Yeah, I was there.
And I said, oh shit, it's too open for him to be playing in this game and not hurt us. And where he put that ball for the goal, it's like that's what I'm talking about. Joao, I'm like free Joao, free Joao,
free Joao.
But he going, I don't know how y'all got it. Like we got, it's like going from one little state pen to another. He went from one state pen in Atleti to another state pen in Madrid. I mean, in Chelsea.
Yeah, you right.
Brother just transferred wings like it was nothing. That's all he did. That's all he did. Free him. But, it is what it is, man. I love the guy, but he ain't coming to United, man. Come on now.
Fast. Yes, Nero, what you saying about Joao Felix? Thoughts?
I was going to say, obviously, Firmino, if we're going to do this Liverpool thing, then we can play a false 9. We can allow one of our players to be good on the ball because of the fact that we don't have players who are going to be good on the ball. So we need at least someone who's exceptional. That's how I see it. Yeah, and obviously with him in the false 9, with Joao Felix as the pivot, being able to play off Rashford and all of that, bro, that would actually be good for us, I think. But I don't want, like Eddie said, I don't want Joao Felix to come here and just waste his career. Because the next move, that he goes to, next team he goes to, is going to say a lot, innit? Obviously, if he goes to City, I don't think he'll go to City. I don't think they need him. But I've always said, if he was to ever be in the hands of Pep Guardiola, it's over. It's over for everyone, bro.
Shit. Game's done.
The game's done, bro. That's like what Thanos getting all of them stones. The game's done. He's gonna just flick his hands. Done, bro.
End of Infinity War.
Bro, say goodbye to the Premier League. Because I think that signing would scare me, bro. If they went and got him. So even with Chelsea fans, like when they found out that Joao Felix isn't staying, their reaction was they were more disappointed than letting Mount go. And Mount's been there longer than Joao Felix. Like from what I saw, a lot of people were disappointed that Joao Felix didn't stay. So it says a lot, but I don't know. I don't want to ruin another player, man. So I'll just stick with Hoyland or whoever we're gonna get.
I know what you're saying. With Joao Felix, like I've stated, when I spoke on it on ManDem United, like yesterday's edition, when I spoken about it with when we was on Ranty Street, where initially it came up proper because someone had mentioned it to me earlier on this week, and it was no credible source, and I spoke on it briefly. But Joao Felix, if we got him, like I said, it would just be the Sancho conundrum all over again. And when I say that, people, it'd be the same problems. It'd be the same problems, with the same conversation. How do we get the best out of him? He needs this, that, and the third to get the best out of him. The system needs to be right. He don't fit, etc., etc. Now, however, on the flip side, like I said with Joao Felix, if we were to sign, I would sign him under certain conditions, absolutely. If it was a loan deal, no transfer fee. Forget all that. We're the A side of the negotiation. So with Atletico Madrid, because it's all right, we take him or you keep an unhappy player, and it's an unhappy player on big wages. So there's only a few number of clubs who can afford him. So 1, loan, no transfer fee. 2, no obligation to buy. So option to buy, but no obligation. We don't have to. 3, you're paying the vast majority of his wages. You're paying the vast majority of his wages. Like when I say the vast majority, I'm saying 80% or north of that Atletico Madrid are paying. Then I go, yeah, cool. Because then it's Joao Felix, and then let's say it is Hoyland or Joao Felix and somebody else. Because the talent's there. Again, very much like Sancho. But like I was just talking about Sancho, it's going to sound like I'm still talking about Sancho now, when I'm talking about Joao Felix. Sancho isn't enough. I mean, talent isn't enough, sorry. Talent's not enough. Eventually, you have to impact games. You have to get goals and assists as an attacking player. You have to pass the eye test too. Like, how long are we waiting on Joao Felix to become this Joao Felix because he's talented? When's the last time for all this hype, when's the last time this man had an exceptional season? I keep asking this question. When's the last time it was like, whoa, for Atletico Madrid? I'm asking the question. Tell me.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Go on.
A little too much dip on the chip there, Flaws. We gotta chill. I don't like how you going about it.
I'm just asking the question.
Like I said, the brother was doing hard. He was doing. What I'm saying is the brother was doing hard time eating square meals. Now, it's too hard to get fed. You can't get fed like that off that, man. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And just to clarify, if it is Jason who says, Flawless, you don't like, not this one, big up Black Diamond, or appreciate the kind words, my G. And he says, so Flawless, you don't like technical players, are you just P&P? No, I want both. I've said this before, I say this again, and Jason, you should know better than asking me this question because you're not new here. I always say, bring me both. Bring me players who are pace and power, and bring me players who are also technical. People act, this ain't aimed at you, Jason, but people act like you can't combine the two, like there isn't players that give you both. Like, for instance, Casemiro to an extent is both. So you can get both. Martinez to an extent is both. Well, bring me both. I want P&P. I want athleticism. Yes, I want physically players to pass, players to have those attributes. But I also want you to be technically sound as well. I want both. This is why I was an advocate before he went Spurs for James Maddison, because he gives you enough of both. In terms of what I like about him is his balance, agility, which ties into physical attributes as well. It's not quite pace and power, but he has enough. He has enough athleticism. I was a big advocate for James Maddison. That was the midfielder I wanted in particular. But pace and power is needed, as well as technique is needed. But when you look at the way the manager's trying to go, he's going more pace and power than he is technique. You don't sign Mason Mount if you're trying to do the technical thing. You just don't. Look at all the players we signed and dogged. like I said, some of them are a mix of both, but more so favoring on the side of the physicality, the pace and power, the agility, etc., etc. And
You
players who
definitely,
go on, fam, go.
no, I'm saying you definitely see the manager's trying to do a bit of both. I want to give him some credit, although I can't with the Mount thing, because I think, from what they say about the Holland kid, he has some technical level to him, but his primary gift is his physicality and his athleticism. Mount, again, I guess in his head, he provides something physicality and some kind of technical ability in midfield. So yeah, the perfect, and I think you have to be able to play both, because I think the two biggest threats to us are City and Liverpool coming into this next season.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think
And
you
Chelsea.
have to have an ability. Not yet. I think it'll take, because it's Poch's first season. I think it'll take some time. But yeah, those two that I just mentioned, like, those are the ones I'm really looking out for.
Nah, I think Chelsea are a threat, man. I think they're a big threat.
Even without a striker.
Listen, I think they're gonna do well.
You think they score? You think they get enough goals?
Yeah, I think so, because
go on.
The players that they signed, they've got rid of a lot of players, and there's like a lot of sense behind what they do. Look at the players they bring in. Like, they got some guy called Nicholas Jackson. That's probably gonna be their striker for next season. If he hits the ground running, not necessarily getting like a lot of goals, but if he gets a decent amount, obviously, all Poch needs to do is just get the system in, get them playing in ways they haven't played before, and I think they will do well, because what I've said about Poch is that he needs players who want to listen to him. He needs players who want to listen to the way he plays, because at PSG he was working with guys who didn't want to press, and we know that his system revolves around him, it revolves around the attackers being able to press. So with Chelsea, it's like I would say he's a well-respected enough manager to be able to implement his philosophy. So with these guys, all it needs is just a good coach, because they won the Champions League with Tuchel's first season. Like, I think it took him like 6 months, and he won the Champions League. So yeah, they're gonna have a big year, like 1 game a week. I think they are the only. I'd say that's the only team I'm scared of, like, this season, and them and City for me, because I don't know what I can expect from Chelsea, but I feel like they would do well. Like, all hate aside, all rivalry aside, I think they're gonna have a good season. So I don't think you can just brush Chelsea like that. Nah.
Reason why I brushed them, because I just don't think they got goals. That's why I just brushed them aside. Someone gotta get their goals. That's Mudryk, I think their biggest issue. You backing on Mudryk, yeah?
Like, listen, Mudryk, he hasn't shown to me anything, but listen, I always have to give players a year in the Prem, you know what I'm saying, and wait for them to do something. Who knows? He might just turn up.
I don't even think he plays. Because I think Sterling will play ahead of him.
We don't know, innit?
Yeah.
He could just turn up and just bag like 20 goals. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, anything can happen, man.
Anything can happen. I don't see that happening. I really, really don't. I don't see that happening.
Of course. That's a big what if. But I think they're gonna do well.
It is. And just to this, Jason, who says I would take Sancho at City. He would cook at City. Not gonna lie. I think any attacking player with talent cooks at City. We spoke about this just before you was in the comment section on this show, Jason. That's how elite that manager is and how elite that system is. You have to be my level of talent to go there and not succeed. Now, if you put me in that team, yes, I would struggle. Yeah, I would screw that up. But if you are of any form of talent, if you are a professional footballer with any level of talent, we've mentioned Sancho, we mentioned Joao Felix, they will both do fine. I think if you take the top 10 strikers in the league, you put the top 10 attacking players, 10s, 8s, left wingers, right wingers, go there and do fine. to some level and succeed to some level. Like the same way we've spoken about even defensive players. I don't think you get that Aki anywhere else. You don't get that Akanji anywhere else. I think, say, a Diaz and a Rodri and players like that, they will excel elsewhere. But the former two players I just mentioned, nah, I don't see them like that. You know what I'm saying? At all.
And because we've had this conversation so many times when it comes to City and Sancho, right? City only played pretty much one person at a time who was not athletic enough to be on the pitch. That's KDB. Other than that, whoever you pick can honestly run their tail off better than Sancho can. Whoever you pick, people. You want to go Walker?
Yeah.
You want to go Diaz? You want to go Akanji? You want to go Ake? You want to Rodri? Silva can? Grealish can? Do I need to say Haaland, or did y'all need some clarity with the Haaland? What we doing? What we doing? Yeah. That's just what it is, man. Yeah. All that Pep understood the game. Why do you think he went for a player like Haaland?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because he knew that's the kind of striker I need for this league. Yeah. I mean, Aguero worked out well, but did Aguero ever give him what is this dude?
It's ridiculous.
This dude Haaland in his first season was damn near about to break the record. Or did he break the record? I'm sure he did.
I think he broke the record. I think he did actually indeed break the record. Yeah.
Like what we doing, people? We understand. Like that's what it is, man. It's the game. The game is the game. It'll give you all the answers. The thing is, do you want to acknowledge them and take them for what they are?
And that's why Yeah, go on, fam. Carry on.
No, you got it.
Nah, I was just gonna say that's why I don't hear such and such would cook at City. Most players would. Like that's not it. Like here, I want to hear, he would cook at Chelsea, or he would cook at Manchester United, or he will cook at Arsenal. Because I think if you put Kai Havertz, and I go one further, if you put Kai Havertz in City system, you get some form of success out of it. I don't think to a high level, but he don't look how he looked at Chelsea. He's not 19 goals in 120 odd games. I'll tell you that much. You play him as a false nine for them. Obviously, is he putting up Haaland's numbers? No. Would he affect City's success? Yes. But would he have some form of success there? Absolutely. Yes.
Nah, do you know what
as bad as he looked? He wouldn't look as bad as he looked at Chelsea.
Steph. Thanks for answering, Steph.
Big up Stephanie G.
Bro,
yeah, go on.
It's all about masking deficiency. When I watch Man United, I'm not meant to know that Bruno is bad at giving the ball away. I shouldn't be able to know that. Like when you look at Man City's team, I know that there's definitely a lot of deficiencies in a lot of players. Like we know that KDB is not the most press-resistant player. We know he's not the most athletic player, but he looks good because of the way that Pep utilizes him.
Yep.
Like when I look at Man United, I could tell you every single player's weaknesses. That shouldn't be a thing, bro. That actually shouldn't be a thing. Like I could list from top to bottom, the striker, all the way to the goalkeeper, of what their weaknesses is. So that's why our team is very, very far. It's very, very far from competing. Like when people say, we need to compete, I don't know how long it's going to take to win a Premier League or Champions League. I don't know how long it's going to take. I genuinely, I don't know, man.
One thing I will say is this manager, this season will give us a good indication of roundabout where this manager is. And I'm not in terms of Manchester United going to win a Premier League or win a Champions League. This is now his team so much, like in terms of spine. Let's say Onana's here. That's his signing. Martinez is his signing. Casemiro is his signing. Mount is his signing. Let's say we get Amrabat because it could be a midfield three of them. Bruno he likes. The striker's going to be his signing. Outside of that, you got Malacia at left back. You've got Anthony at right wing. He's got great production out of Rashford. So this is now your team. So we're getting an idea of how it should look and how far we should go. Now, will he make additions to that? Yes, like next summer. Because I'm looking more so not only at improvements this season, third season in now, where you would have spent, let's say we spend 150, 200 million this season now, let's say, and we spent what previously? Was it 200 M's? So let's say it's 400 M's over the past 2 seasons, just for example. And then let's say we go spend another 200, 250 million, 300 million the summer after. You're now looking at 600, 650, 700 million. I'm expecting results now. Same way we've spoken about Arteta, we did on the Q&A earlier in regards to he spent 600 million at Arsenal. This is now your team. People are saying you have to, certain fans are saying you have to deliver a major trophy. I hear that. That's how I'm then looking at Ten Hag. Once you spend 600 million or north of that, hey, major trophy. I'm not hearing
no excuses. No excuses.
City, there's no excuses. You had all the money you need. This is now your team. That you now have 11 of your players in the squad, or it might even be more than that. It might be 12, 13, 14 players. This is now your squad. And if you're not good enough to topple Pep and Manchester City, guess what? You're not good enough for the job. Cool. Move on and we start again type of thing. That's how I personally look at it. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do this this season. I am, because I'm looking at improvements. The same way we improved last season, I'm looking at much more. I'm looking at improvement the same way. Even more improvement, actually, because this is your guys now. This is your defense.
Yeah.
This is your goalkeeper. This is 2/3 of your midfield. This is 2/3 of your attack. Anthony and the striker is now your signings. 2 of the thirds of the midfield is you. 2/4 of the back 4 is yours if you want to say Malacia or Martinez. We know Varane's good enough. And the goalkeeper's yours. All right, show me something. That's what it is. Like I said, people, I'm not saying go win the Prem or the Champs. I'm just saying I'm expecting to see improvement. As I see an improvement with players who are not.
But flawless. We understand what his floor is now. Meaning he has to get some kind of trophy and finish in the top 4.
Yeah,
that's it. Agreed. Because you've shown us what you can do with less. So now that we're giving you what's at your disposal, God damn, my fault. My neighbor's out here tripping.
It's all good, fam. No stress, man. No stress. It's all good. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Hey, Sarcasm City TV is finest, people. Yeah. Let's bump up the likes as well. We're at 54 likes. Get us up to 60 likes, people, before we do indeed close out. Make sure over 70 of you are in the building. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule over the weekend as well, here on the YouTube and on the Twitch. Let you know all the shows that are coming up. I will update it actually tonight. So by tomorrow morning, wherever you're at UK time, by tomorrow anyway, I'd say tomorrow at some point, the upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube and on the Twitch will be fully updated with all the shows. Got the boxing show coming up.
Kids.
It's all good, fam. No stress, man. It's all good. In 20 minutes on the Twitch, people, the boxing show is back. Big Fights, Big Nights Only podcast is back. So myself, a couple of my co-hosts from who I used to do it with, Ahmed will be over there as well, talking all things boxing. So AJ White too, Fury and Ngannou, Spence Crawford, Usyk Dubois. Plus more people. So that's all on the Twitch, people. So yeah, on the Twitch, like I said, in just under 20 minutes, that'll be a regular show as well over on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. But yeah, man,
Spence Crawford.
That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire.
Spence Crawford I'm there.
Spence Crawford is gonna be fire.
We might need a watch along, Flawless. I don't know, man.
Depends if I'm here. I don't think I'll be at home. Otherwise, I would have.
Okay, you know okay. Smart man.
Therefore, I'm saying I don't think I'm going to be at home. But if I don't indeed end up going out, I'll run one. You know what I'm saying? Now you said it, I'll definitely run one now. You've put the idea out there. And as well, people, don't forget, make sure you subscribe to Nero's channel. Link is in the title. Nero, anything you want to add that we've not spoken on in regards to United? And same question to you as well, Eddie, because I think we've covered everything.
No, it's just more so the world of football. Benjamin Mendy, man. Have you spoken on that?
I've not spoken on it. All I know is that he got off. That's all I know. All charges was dropped. Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know why. So the reason why I've not commented on it, because I don't know the situation. So I got to do my due diligence. So I don't know why he got off. I just know it was a lot of charges and he got off. I don't know if it was some R. Kelly getting off, or I don't know if he was legitimate getting off, because I don't know the story. So that's why. That's why I've not spoken on it.
Yeah.
For any Arsenal fans. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, any Arsenal fans in the chat.
Eddie's breaking up a bit. Go on, Nero. Eddie's breaking up. Go on, Nero.
Yeah. I hear me well.
Yeah, the
Eddie,
rash.
You were breaking up, Eddie.
Now I can.
Back now. Yeah, you broke up a little bit. Yeah, go on, Nero.
You're saying any Arsenal fans in the chat, the Rice signing, like pictures of him got leaked. at the training ground. So I just saw it now.
Yeah, first. I'm saying, Eddie, I think it's showing. But yeah, I think we've covered everything. If we didn't get to your question, I apologize, people. But there is 3 of us, there's 3 mics. So if there's any questions I didn't get to, I do apologize. But I do run, obviously, ManDem United solo on Mondays and Thursdays, 4:30 p.m. This is the late one, 10:30 p.m. on the Friday. But yeah, if I missed your question, my apologies, people. But yo, Nero, let them know where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Subscribe to me, Nero Knows Ball. YouTube is like probably gonna be in the title of this. Yeah, like just keep supporting the channel. I think we're almost on 100 subscribers. So yeah, we keep working. We've got a lot of stuff coming up soon. That's why I've been cooking in the background. Obviously, I've got a new computer, so like production gonna be crazy. Yeah.
I see you because your production looks on point. I seen the Avi, you know what I'm saying? I seen the logo for your channel. I even seen the background as well. You mean the trailer not the trailer at the top, the border at the top as well. I was like, the banner at the top. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'm like, check Nero out. Okay, go on, carry on, fam.
Yeah. We're just working in it, like. Yeah. See how far this can take me, but yeah, I've got goals. That I need to hit. So it's just about like getting the content out. But yeah, like if you like what I said today, it's free, man. Just hit the button.
Yeah, man. Go subscribe to the Young G Nero. Like I've been saying, he's next up. That's why you see him here on a regular basis. You will continue to see him here on a regular basis. Link is in the title for his channel, people. So you click the link in the title, it opens up a new tab whilst this show's on right now. So whether you're watching live or watching this back, make sure you do so. Shout out to Young G Nero. Like I said, go subscribe to his channel. Road to 100. He's gonna continue to once he starts producing content, you're gonna see him elevate. Go get him to 100 subscribers, people. Go and do that. Go and support, you know what I'm saying, another branch on the Sarcasm City TV tree. Eddie, my bro, anything you want to add before we do indeed close out?
Yeah, just on the Mendy situation, I'm just sticking away from that one. What's done is done. I don't feel no need to speak on him no more. I don't feel no need to speak on the situation like that, go in depth, because again, like, people trying to find absolute truth through a justice system that has been fucked up since it's been created, like, either way of the coin, people, we're never going to find the truth in these situations. Whether you believe he's guilty, whether you don't believe he's guilty, I'm not here to judge you. What I am here to say is you don't know. So there's no reason for you to be like fighting for him on one side versus the other or vice versa. Right. So just to get that out there, we'll see what happens with him on the football pitch. I can't see anybody picking him up, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did. And yeah, you already know what it is. El Jefe, keep killing it out here. Nero, youngest in charge. My motherfucking YG in this thing, doing it up. So y'all go
my guy, man.
The fact that my brother's been killing it on here for 2 Fridays in a row and he 8 out of 100 people, what we doing? Get my man to 100 subscribers. Matter of fact, get to 200, man. Fuck y'all talking about? Y'all over here. Y'all let this young man cook. Go support this young brother doing this thing, man, for real. Go support and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So many real ones I can name, but I want to let Flawless get up out of here and get to his boxing channel. So yeah, that's all I got, man. That's all I got, man. Love for all the love in this chat, and we'll be back next week for sure.
Yeah, man. Love to everyone who has indeed, you know what I'm saying, locked in. Hey, make sure, like I said, you subscribe to all the rest of the ManDem as well, Nero. We're going to raid Alam as well, Toronto Hoop Talk. So if you're an NBA fan, Raptors fan, or you're just supporting, make sure you head over to Alam for the raid as well. Like I say, the boxing show will be live in just over 10 minutes, people. Just over 10 minutes where we're discussing all things boxing, but not here on the YouTube. It'll be live on the Twitch. So download the Twitch app, people. then you create an account, sign up for free, and the same way you watch and comment on the YouTube, it's the exact same on the Twitch, people. And if you are a fan of the Sarcasm City TV channel and you're not on the Twitch, you are not getting all of the content. So you're not getting all of the football content that goes on over there. You're not getting the boxing content. You're not getting the F1 content. You're not getting the NBA content. You're not getting the NFL content that'll be going on over there. Like there's a whole, this is like Sky Sports News, Sky Sports Main Event, BBC One, BBC Two. We're not showing the same thing. You see the same host people, but it's not the same shows with the same content. So make sure you download the Twitch as well. And don't forget, on top of everything I just mentioned, this show and all the shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs and fan calling shows. So aside from fan calling shows on the Twitch and watch-alongs here on the YouTube and on the Twitch as well, are available on audio-only platforms. I dropped the links in the chat. The links are underneath in the description as well. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and Sarcasm City TV will pop up, because you might want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're working. You might be on your way to work. You might be traveling about. You might be at the gym. You might just not want to have the YouTube app open. So make sure you follow across all of the audio-only platforms. We're more than a YouTube show. We're more than a Twitch show. Should I say more than a YouTube channel, more than a Twitch channel. We are actual podcast people. So that's why we're available in audio-only form. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Big up to everyone who's tuned in. ManDem United podcast will be back individually. You get it obviously every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, 4:30 p.m. and then Fridays, 10:30 p.m. right here, people. And then we got the crossover shows with Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs as well. But love to everyone that's locked in. We're gonna raid that lamb right now. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Big up.